What is going on, everybody? We're asking some weird questions tonight. Number one, can Donald Trump save cryptocurrency? Is he the savior that we need? Is he the, shall we say, bit boy of politics? I don't know. We're going to check it out tonight. XRP price pumped just a little bit yesterday. People were wondering why. It was because of an Amazon partnership where XRP is going to be integrated into the SWIFT protocol, which is pretty cool. CoinDesk has laid off over 40% of its editorial staff to ensure a financially sound business. And as every one of those editorial staff say, fuck you too, Barry Silbert. And finally, you guys want to kill a hooker? Because Grand Theft Auto developer Take-Two Interactive is creating their first crypto game, and it's going to be launching on the Ethereum blockchain, where all the hookers are buying stuff anyway. It's not financial advice, but I'm always right.
It's your boy Bleeve. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket, that crypto wallet, that bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 I'm always right.
All right, guys, we're going to be talking about, is Donald Trump the savior of cryptocurrency? You don't have to unsubscribe in order to find out the answer to that. I'm going to tell you for free. So if you haven't already, or if you have already, you can resubscribe at any time. And it's weird that I can only not talk about Biden and Trump. Hey, let's talk about Ron DeSantis, I guess I want to say, but let's get into chat before we get into the evening. Unsubscribed, keep Biden and Trump out of your videos in the future, because, you know, the politics, the SEC, the government that's been trying to keep cryptocurrency down, you can't talk about that. That's not going to work for me, bruh. Crypto Angel says, let's get these likes smashed before the stream to show support. Do it. Do it like it Geo. Speaking of which, I never had a Geo. I don't know if any of you had a Geo, but and if you don't know what that is, you're too young. But yeah. So Geos were some nasty, ugly, disgusting vehicles, and I loved them. Matter of fact, I had a friend, by the way, who sat in the back seat of a Geo because he was too big to have a front seat. DWAC stock is going to 1 million. 12 Nation. You know what? I'm just messing around here. It's okay for him to like or dislike anybody he wants. It's no big deal. Trail Boss says, yo, my boy Bleeves. Kai Schlott says, waiting for that alpha crypto dreams. Can he support? How can he support crypto in prison? Because he won't go to prison. It won't matter. Dangerous Crypto says, my favorite time of day is bedtime with Bleeves. That's what they say, baby. Woo! Richard Nelson, hey, everyone. Smash the like button on the way in. David D smashed it. Tom Collide, what if Voyager dumps all their Shiba Inu? What if they don't? David Hamaker says, they moved it to Coinbase so it won't dump. No, actually, they moved it to Coinbase so that they could dump it. I'm sure that that's what they're doing right now. Toshi says Shibarium will be here eventually, but not today. Robert Freeman, what's up, Believes in everyone? Let's get through here. David. Then we've got Mark Kelly saying some of that stuff. I don't know what that is. Trump, FJB, Frederick James Bonaventura? I don't know what that is. Irish Mike says Shib 2. Honda with the fuck Shib 2 right away. Ow. Kai Schlott says Shibarium is going to be released by 2050. So, hey guys, you got time to put your money in. Trump facing 78 charges with more coming in Georgia. And you know what? He's been facing, so he's facing half the charges. Trump cannot save himself. How is he going to save crypto? We've been saying that for 7 years, and he's still sitting out there. And yes, Sonny Goodman knows what I'm talking about. The Geo Metro, just a little tiny vehicle. You can put your foot in it. You could use it as like skates. You know what I mean? Adam says people are stupid. Do what you want. That's exactly right. Member for 8 months, guys. Member for 8 months. If you've been a member for 8 months, let me know in the comments down here. If you haven't, then what the fuck is wrong with you? Jesus Christ, man. Get your shit together. Get a life. You know what I mean? 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 You know. You know what I mean? You know. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cover Donnie Ding Dong today. Donald Trump, can he save cryptocurrency? Is he the savior that we need? Donald Trump, the long skeptical of crypto, June of 2021, he said that Bitcoin is a scam against the US dollar. Now, does that mean that Donald Trump should be disqualified from holding office? I think so. If he doesn't like Bitcoin, fuck this guy. But he was dismissive about cryptocurrency in the past, and now he had a filing on this in the filing submitted with the Office of Government Ethics. He says that he has a cryptocurrency wallet holding Ethereum with a value of $250,000 to $500,000. Now, if you're a maxi and you want people to like Donald Trump, if you're somebody who, no matter what, you want everybody to say, "Oh, Donald Trump is awesome," and you don't understand why somebody doesn't like the guy that talks shit about everybody, then your answer to this is obviously he's a crypto supporter. But just because he's doing that doesn't mean that he's ever even seen that wallet. In fact, it could be that someone in his organization did that for him in order to make himself some money. So he may not have a stance yet on cryptocurrency. So it is important that we listen for the signals with Donald Trump to find out whether or not he is or is not an actual supporter. One of the things that you should learn, or that you should know, and by the way, if you didn't watch me today, I was on the Evan Aldo show, and we did talk about this. One of the things that you don't know about Donald Trump is where he stands on stuff. But for example, does he think that every American should pay their taxes and that they should pay their fair share? Yes, he should. But in 2016, he basically told Hillary Clinton, who said, because you don't, and this was great, by the way, because Hillary Clinton did her thing where she was like, and Donald Trump doesn't even pay his taxes. And he was like, because I'm smart, because you created the laws, you created the method by which I don't have to pay my taxes. And I use that method to not pay my taxes because you allowed me to do it. If it mattered to you, you would have changed the laws a long time ago. It wouldn't be an issue and I would pay my taxes. But you gave me the ability to not pay my taxes. And now you want to blame me for not paying taxes, which is silly. And here's the thing. She was in that office for 30 something years. She was in some kind of office for 30 years since the 90s, and she was in the Senate for 8 years, I want to say, or 12 years, I want to say, something like that. She was in the White House for 8 more years. She's been around for a long period of time and did nothing about making sure everybody paid taxes. We gave tax breaks to everybody. He took advantage of those tax loopholes that she and her friends along the way helped to create. So why wouldn't you do something about that? You know what I'm saying? Like why wouldn't you? When you're given an opportunity. Now the question is, why were you given that opportunity? And of course, the answer to that is always job creation. That's what we use, is job creation. So until we don't use job creation, by the way, and thank you for the $2 sticker, Honda. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, brother. But the question is, will he be a crypto savior? Now, I don't know that that's going to be the case. Here's what I do think. I think that his most important case right now is the US dollar. And I think that when we talk about all of this, I feel like at this point that until we get some clarity from him that says, hey, I am a real supporter here, then it might be very difficult to trust that he's going to be supportive of crypto. Because again, like I said in the beginning, somebody else could be controlling that wallet. Somebody else could have just done this for him so that he didn't have to be involved. Because I mean, he's not going to manage his own wallet, right? So somebody else is managing that wallet. That's just an asset of his. And even if he doesn't like something, he would still hold it if it makes money. So we'll need at least a little bit of clarification from him before we can call him the savior. We'll need him to stay out of jail, obviously. But guess what? You can win. You can win the election from jail, and you can then pardon yourself. Just in case you were wondering, there is a very weird sort of scenario here where Joe Biden does whatever Joe Biden does. Sniffing. I don't know, sniffing Britney Spears' hair while she's dancing or something, something really creepy or weird that gets people to not like him a little bit more than they already don't like him. And Donald Trump could win the popular vote, and he could win enough of the vote to take office, and he could do it from jail because that's nothing that he's being accused of is going to preclude him from running for president. So right now at this point, nobody's going to vote for him in that middle. The same people who voted for him the last time, they're going to vote for him. And it's entirely possible that we have this situation again where there's less people doing mail-in ballots because Republicans, they don't like those people voting. You know what I mean? They don't like those people voting. They like those people paying taxes. They like those people, leaving them alone. But they don't like when those people vote. And that's what we're trying to do, is prevent those people. We shut down a few voting booths here and there, blah, 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 blah. So it's going to be very interesting how the next little bit goes. Now, let me also flip the script here and say that today news came out that Gary Gensler may be being pushed out the door and may end up resigning his position as the chairman of the SEC, and he may get replaced by Hester Pierce. Hester Pierce is a pro-Bitcoin, pro-cryptocurrency member of the SEC, has been very vocal about her belief that Gary Gensler is wrong in his pursuits and not well-intentioned, and she could end up being in charge. And the reason for that is quite simple. She represents what the Democrats didn't know they needed, but that they might right now be realizing they need a little bit of, and that's going to be the votes from libertarians. So you might see a pivot coming from the Democratic Party, where you start to see the leadership tell a lot of these crybabies, shut up. We're tired of listening to this, right? We're tired of all of this stuff. Look, we support you, but you got to shut the fuck up. And the next thing you know, they're supporting causes that they weren't supporting before. They want your votes, and they will do anything. They will do anything to get your votes. Don't forget that. Thank you for the $5 bomb. Crypto Dream says he's got more shit to worry about than crypto. Let's get real new XRP and Amazon. Where's the bottom on XRP? I think the bottom on XRP is still like 45 cents. Crypto Angel I don't know what happened there, but yeah, that was exciting. So yeah, I just disappeared because I made out of magic, by the way. So but anyway, XRP had a nice little run, a nice little relief rally, but it did not sustain because the market cap is already too high for what's going on in the market. As you might be noticing by now, in solidarity with XRP, we're also not getting a very much of a nice run on SHIB right now. Like we might get a little bounce off of it, but I'm starting to think that all of that pie in the sky and all that wishing that we had, all those big, something big's going to happen, it might not be happening at this point. We got to start at least considering that this market may have given us all it's going to give us, and from this point, we're just kind of, I don't know, just kind of screwed, I guess. But anyway, back to this. So XRP price pumped by Amazon partnership. Is this the next Bitcoin? No, but trading around 62 cents. The price, they said, soared. Now, did the price of XRP soar? And the answer to that is no, it did not soar. In fact, this news did not move the market. It did not move the chart. It did not create any kind of relative pump. It did pump though. Compound. What did I say was going to pump at some point? Would be Compound, Maker, Hex. By the way, up 14%. But we're still not seeing. We're still not seeing the big move where we want to see the big moves. XRP not moving the needle at this point. I think the market cap on it right now is just a little bit too high. So we'll have to deal with that. But let's talk about killing hookers and stealing cars. The American dream. This is the American dream. Grand Theft Auto's dev Take-Two Interactive's first crypto game is launching on Ethereum. What could end up being a watershed moment in the advancement of blockchain-enabled video games, publisher of the multi-billion-dollar blockbuster Grand Theft Auto gaming franchise, Take-Two Interactive is launching its first Web3 game. Though Take-Two's mobile gaming publisher subsidiary Zynga, which it bought for $12.7 billion last year. Zynga, $12.7 billion. Can you imagine? That's the some bitches that made Farmville. They turned Farmville into a $12.7 billion enterprise. Now, the company is releasing Sugartown, a Web3 title built on Ethereum. The companies are billing the launch as the first instance of a major mobile game developer building a crypto game from the ground up. Take-Two's push into Web3, Sugartown is a hit, potentially motivating other major developers to take steps to compete in what could be a highly lucrative market. Players will use an ERC-721 token to access Sugartown, where they will be able to stake to earn energy that allows them to play games and earn an in-game currency that can be used to access rewards. So interesting to see what happens here, but additionally, the access tokens called Auras will be available for minting later this year when Zynga releases 10,000 of them as part of an initial run. So they're getting into what they call speculative economy. So we'll see how that plays out. But in the meantime, Barry Silbert, dirtbag overall, just real shady guy, just a real, just bad. Lays off 40% of his editorial staff at CoinDesk Barry Silbert is the kind of guy who says, in order to better serve you, we're firing a lot of fucking people here because that's good for you, the consumer. The fewer options you have, the better the product is gonna be. And I'm telling you that because my name's Barry Silbert and I'm the founder of Genesis. And yes, it might be in bankruptcy and you may not be getting your money back. And I may have stiffed Genesis for $100 million, but you can trust me because I'm Barry Silbert and I'm laying off half my staff. That kind of shit. That's the Barry Silbert way right there. Just bad business all around. So DCG is cutting the publication editorial staff by almost 45%, or 20 people, which represent 16% of its overall workforce. In an internal memo reviewed by TechCrunch, Kevin Worth explains that this decision was a required step to ensure financially sound business moving forward. And you can imagine here, they're probably paying those 20 people about $50,000 a year. So they're probably saving about $1 million. And that's how bad of an investor Burry Silbert is. He has a giant cryptocurrency group, and he can't make $1 million to provide you with news. That's the Burry Silbert way. So rest in peace, CoinDesk. You're going down the toilet, but you were already lying to us anyway, so who gives a shit, really? And then finally, Michael Burry. Michael Burry is one of those big-time hedge fund crypto, not a crypto, but hedge fund managers, a big investor, been out here for a long time. He just did this right here. Burry, known for accurately predicting the subprime mortgage crisis, recently went mega short with over 1.6 billion in S&P, SPY, and NASDAQ puts. These indexes are often record a high correlation with the crypto market as they attract similar investors. So Michael Burry has gone short on the entire market. You can see right here on the SPY, he at a market value of 886,000. He went short, and he did the same thing on NASDAQ. So guys, that usually is a sign that something is about to happen. And that's the sign that you don't want to see, by the way. It's a sign that you do not want to see in this business and in this industry. And hopefully we've got a few days and it won't just kind of start to tank from where it is right now. But I don't know. I don't know how this plays out when you get somebody like that, when you get the billionaires out here starting to short everything, then you really got to consider that maybe we're just screwed at this point. So let's see what happens. But I would be a little bit nervous right now. So anyway, let's get on. Volt trading at 25.05. Just downward momentum, had a big sell-off, had two big sell-offs in the last bunch of hours. Not huge, but big enough. Ben had a couple of big sell-offs. By the way, we also had, just so for those of you that are not paying attention, we do have some great news here. We've got somebody who is on, we've got one of these people who's a BitBoy crypto hater. They don't like BitBoy crypto. So what do? They're sending private messages to people saying, hey, you should sell your Ben because BitBoy's a bad boy. He's a bad boy. He should get spanky-ankied or whatever they put. I mean, I don't know what the message said. Actually, I do know what the message said because I got a copy from one of the people in Ben chat, and it was hilarious. And she didn't give a shit because she was like, this guy's just like an idiot, right? But it says, I'll read it to you. And by the way, their name, by the way, is Crypto Daddy. Just in case you were wondering, their name was Crypto Daddy. It says, hey, I told you this is your last chance. BitBoy, he treated one of my buddies like shit. Now we will pay him back. You said you lost money and crypto is really hard enough, so didn't want to feel bad about you losing more. Those guys in the chat are absolute clowns, and the mods are paid to say good stuff about the project, and they misspelled paid, by the way, but almost none of them enough to be taken seriously. Just bunch of kids and old losers. I think he was talking about me, that piece of shit. Better get out now and put your money somewhere else or wait after our dump to buy back. Those losers will definitely buy it back, but they can't handle this. Just warning you, we're about to dump almost $250,000 from different wallets. So they're telling people that they're going to dump from different wallets. And then there's more to it. And just it goes on and on and on, right? So she was like, you know what? Here, you can do something with this. It probably did. Thank you for the $5 bomb, Crypto Angel. It probably did. but it's crazy that these people are that petty that they're like, hey girl, I like you. You're kind of nice. So look, I'm going to give you a little 411 little info if you might. I mean, you should sell your Ben. They're just ridiculous, sort of childish stuff like that. Like and they're targeting some girl in there. And she was like, "Hey, Bleeves, I know we don't get along very much, but this guy's a real asshole." And here's here's what he's sending me. So, Crypto Daddy, real daddies, they don't have to ask their girls to do it. Their girls just do it. So call yourself Crypto Baby Boy. I want to say Crypto. I don't know, Crypto Monkey. I don't know, something like that. But Daddy, I don't think so. So yeah, a lot of crazy shit going on. Just a lot of crazy shit going on in the market. So Ben down, but we're seeing a nice little reversal here. I mean, this is some interesting candle action. When's the last time you saw this kind of wicking right here? Like this giant pump all the way down here, still positive, flipped over. Now we've got this hammer forming. We have about 30 minutes on it. Maybe there's a reversal. I don't know. I think that you still have to fight through a little bit of FUD and stuff like that because there's no real catalyst that's going to come along, by the way, on Ben until, by the way, and you can check it over here as well. You're not going to get any kind of real catalyst, any real motivating move until the V2 is delivered. And that's probably going to be about a month away. So, I want to say when you're least expecting it, Ben might pump up to about 6, maybe have a nice little run, a nice little recovery, a nice little something or other. Like it might do that, but then again, you just don't know at this point. But I think that there's some angel investors that were met on that boat that probably at some point will be wanting to come in and kind of splash around in the pool, so to speak, and lay down some seed money for whatever BitBoy Crypto's big run is going to be. And if he's invested in Be Everywhere now and he really is into this, then I'm sure that he's going to move this price point. He's going to move this chart and he's going to make something happen. Currently, right around 15 million market cap. So nowhere to go but up. So we'll see what happens. On SHIB, SHIB's at 10,275. Still not having the breakout. I did think that there would be a breakout happening right here. And instead of breakout, we just got downward pressure and then sideways action. So now we have to consider like maybe it's just done. Maybe nobody's going to pump this until we get some real news. So let's remove these right now and let's kind of let's kind of check it out and say, well, we're at this channel is coming down. As you notice, the 50 SMA is providing resistance on the top of this parallel channel here, which should break to the upside. By the way, I don't know that it will or if it will. I just know that that should break it towards the upside. And what we're seeing this 200 SMA starting to slowly kind of creep upwards and upwards and upwards. That's bullish pressure, but with this move coming down without a break to the upside, then this thing is just going to keep moving down, 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 and we're going to get a bearish crossover. And when there's a bearish crossover, then the price is going to go probably down. So I'm watching the chart, waiting to see something positive. I'm watching ETH Toronto. I'm watching announcements. I'm looking for some kind of thing that says something positive. This market is not made out of magic. There's no money out here. There's no just gigantic amounts that just can be poured in at any moment. So it's gonna take some clarification and some real announcing that good things are going on. And if we get that, then cool. We'll start to have a move. Bitcoin swept, and I mean swept, people. This was just out of control. So what you had this nice little reversal and you had this big move up here to 29,667. And then after you got there, you immediately had a massive dump. And what that that was liquidity just these guys were getting a little comfortable here, and then they just got wrecked. And then we're starting to pump back up now. So if we continue to pump up the way this looks right now, which, we just went here and we just went here. So we're now minting higher, and we've got this coming here and this coming higher as well. So could it be that we're on a run to 30,000? It could be, but after that, who knows where we go from there. This could also be very bearish, because when you're looking at this right here, you've seen the crossover of the 50 and the 200 SMA. And when I come over here and start looking at money flow is, we got a red dot minted. Money flow is on the out. We're seeing it start to turn back around, but it's going to take a little bit of time, and it's going to take a movement upward before we start to see that on the 2 hour. Dipping further into the red and not less into the red. So bad signs all around. Money flow in the 4 hours now in the red. On the daily, money flow is still green, but it's getting close. It's getting very, very close right here. But no, it just dipped into the red. But we got a buy signal right here. This green dot means that it's looking for a pump to the upside. So it's possible that we've got something sort of breaking out here. We've got some kind of sign that says something positive. So Bitcoin it's a little confusing right now, by the way, because there's no, you keep getting these green signals and it moves, but we don't know. The green candle the green dot just disappeared. So could be that it was a false, it was a false one. So Ethereum is moving along with Bitcoin right now. I mean, look at this. This is in lockstep almost. A little more volatility, but it's moving basically in lockstep right now. Bone continuing its path downward from this 175. We might need to face facts that it might be over $1.82 and $1.75. Might have been the numbers. And by the way, when we come back to this later on, and somebody dares to tell me, hey man, you said it was going to be 210. And the only thing I'm going to be saying is, bitch, I'm sorry. $1.83, that's close enough, right? I got you about as close as you possibly could get, because I told you it was going to do $2.10 way back down here when it was doing 70 cents. And I told you that's where it was going. So if I didn't call it at the exact dollar amount or the exact penny amount, that's on you. That's not on me. I did my part. Next up, let's move over here. Grumpy Cat continuing to impress, continuing to have reversals. It doesn't have high volume. It doesn't have any kind of gigantic sort of catalyst that's that's driving people in just yet, but it does have some positivity happening. 100x Gems did a pump up just a little bit and then had a little sell off just recently. Bone, $1.50 trading right there. If you got into that $1.43 down there, got that nice little reversal off of it. Pepe starting to come back down. By the way, it does look like that we might be entering a bit of a meme coin season. If all things are playing out, then let's go into this altcoin season. Are we in altcoin season? It's down to 29. So it was 31 the other day. So it's getting less and less like we're in altcoin season. But if SHIB runs and Pepe runs and they continue to run, and we start to see a few more of these tokens start to gather some steam and start to get their shit together, then you never know. We might see a breakout. Volt trading at, by the way, Volt volume starting to pick up again. 2537. WAGMI 1538. A little bit of a reversal, but again, we talked about this before, and I've said this over and over again. We're going to have to be a little more than what we're seeing right here. Like what we had been seeing was this breakout. Every time we hit this little line right here, it was starting to pump again. Well, this time it didn't do that. So something about that dynamic has changed. Advent at $12.99, just kind of idling sideways. Lillian Finance 27.50, just kind of idling sideways. Dubai had a nice little spike up here off of this dip down to 11. But let's face it, we don't want to see that happen. Ben having that reversal and that spike, and Deconnect. Deconnect lost one of their developers today, so he decided to take his ball and go home. So the dip went down to below a penny to 0.0092. Should see some action coming in shortly on DeConnect and a big time reversal. The developer that left was not a developer in the sense that they were a programmer, so it hasn't affected the programming or it hasn't affected anything that's going on with that. Now, Bitcoin looks like, let's go to the 7-day, that the liquidity that we're going to get is going to be down in this region if we're going to do anything. So we're probably going to be looking at Bitcoin starting to dip and dump just a little bit down into this 29,000 range, a little bit more. That's the logical move here, to see it come down into about 29,000 at least, maybe even down here to 28.7 and scoop up this liquidity in order to make a push back into 30,000. That seems to be the way that the way things are working right now. Again, we're at that spot where Bitcoin has found a way to get right in the middle again. So it's going to take 32,000 to get into the high dollar amounts. So in order to do that, probably need to come down here and grab some liquidity off of the lower time amounts. And in the overall market volume, 28 billion, still very, very low. Market cap is up a little bit, but there we are. So there we go. I'm sure I missed plenty of stuff, but it's time for me to go, walk that dog. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. We have a big show in the morning because there's a lot going on. The markets, I got a feeling about this market, good or bad, I don't know yet. I really can't put my eyes on it and figure it out. Here's what I can figure out.
I'm about to drop some hugely powerful alpha. And that's what they call it. They call it alpha, believe me. Okay? And not many people know this, but alpha means that I know big things, strong things, powerful things. So here's the alpha, folks. If you want to be hugely rich like me, you got to join and subscribe to the BLEEVESCRYPTO YouTube channel. You got to become a member because many people say, quite frankly, it's the strongest YouTube channel out there. It's fantastic. It's the best. So let me know what you think, folks. Funny Donald out.
Look at the way he flexes. How can you go against that? Also, let's close it out with this one.
I need you to be honest with me.
I am being honest with you, dude.
This is gonna go a lot easier if you're honest.
And I will, yeah, dude.
Yeah. What are you on right now, man?
Cloud9. What? Cloud9?
No, what are you on right now?
One.
You gotta be honest.
I'm on one, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Stop fucking around. What are you on right now, man?
TikTok, what? Instagram, all of them. I'm on all of them.
I'm not talking about your ads. Drugs.
Sure, if you got some. Yeah, I'm down. You guys partying? Yeah,
Sir,
dude.
Step out of the car.
What are you going to do, man? What are you going to do? All right, guys. This is not financial advice. My name is Bleeves. I'm always right. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we will talk to you again in the morning.
Whoa, another shot of the bullet. Loaded, got complex, cocking and pulling. That bottleneck look like the Loch Ness. What are we doing? I'm about to fall out, boy, and the proof's in the pudding. So, can we forget